What's up, everybody? Just checking back in. Today is like September 15th or something, I'm not sure. Um, I'm still at half a milligram, which is zero point 0.5 milligram Klonopin, split into 2 doses daily. Um, and, these days I always have a lot to think about. Drive around, or if I'm just sitting somewhere, I'm always thinking about thinking about something. And these can be very trying times, man. You can you can go through a lot emotionally, especially if you're on high doses of this kind of medication, or if you're taking them for a very long time. You're gonna be going through a lot of emotional turmoil. It happens, during my time of usage of this medication, I was pretty emotionally flat. And looking back, in my head, I was pretty chill. I was pretty calm most of the time. But I was also very cold. I didn't really care, because I had temporary relief, what I thought was an answer to my anxiety problems, and I just took it around with it. For some reason, I became very arrogant. I was cold towards people that I love, and these days, a lot of that comes back in the form of regret. You think about a lot of stuff nowadays. I think about how I talk to some of my friends, even my family. You become a very emotional person, and it's not just in like guilty feelings. It's in everything. You get scared very easily. Me personally, I wake up. I mean, it's without failure every single day. I wake up. It's almost like I know it's like a depersonalization or a derealization type deal, because I don't know, for a few minutes, I don't really understand what's going on around me. I wake up and I'm like kind of lost until something brings me back into the situation. Having to deal with that every single day, it weighs on your mind. It's very scary, because if you never dealt with this beforehand, it's stressful to you. I mean, you don't know. So, what I've noticed is very heightened fear, blood pressure spikes, dizziness, insomnia, nightmares, that derealization, depersonalization. I got freaking loud tinnitus in my ears. I mean, both. It seems like, especially when I get stressed out, it seems like somebody turned up the volume inside of my ears, and it's only in my ears. Never had that before. I used to listen to loud music, but never. Once I started getting lower on this dosage, that sprang up. Crazy thoughts, things like that. Sometimes you gotta just remind yourself that the things you think might not even be true. I mean, you can't believe these crazy thoughts. I mean, I guess the hard thing is living with this daily. Like, you gotta kind of keep a straight face. You gotta be okay. You can't go freaking out, because if you act out all your emotions, you're gonna freak yourself out. And I've done that a couple of times. I've woken up in a state of panic, heightened anxiety. Like, just I'm feeling very disconnected to what's going on around me. Kind of like in a confused state. It doesn't last very long, but it usually happens in the morning. Some days it'll last all day long. But from what I understand and what I've read, a lot of people go through that. It's something we have to go through. There's nothing we can do about it. I think I'm about 8 months into this process, something like that, since January or mid-January, February. Not done tapering yet. Still got 0.5 milligram to go. You gotta do it slowly because you get impatient. You get very impatient, and they start jumping the gun on the lower dosages, and then it just makes everything worse. I watched a lot of videos of other people that are going through this, or they recovered, especially the ones that recovered. They all say the same thing. It takes time. You're looking at 6 months, a year, year and a half, 2 years. I mean, that's just what's gonna have to happen. And I hope you guys find some kind of peace or find some kind of motivation, because you had a personality before all this happened. I know I did. I used to struggle a lot with anxiety, but it's nothing like this. This is something out of the park. Talking about freaking out over minor situations, it seems like a common thing with benzodiazepine withdrawal. But I mean, a lot of people, they recover and you'll never hear back from them ever again. So all you do is go on YouTube and type in benzo withdrawal, whatever, and you're gonna find everybody like at the height of their symptoms. You're gonna see people freaking out, saying crazy things, saying things that come to their mind, but are not really true. I have a thought cross my mind. I'll never recover. I'm gonna be like this forever. But I absolutely know that to be false. I know I'm gonna recover eventually. I'll look back and see how bad I was, and I'll see that I recovered, and I'll thank God for it. But I mean, meanwhile, we have no other choice. You just deal with things as they come, and take it day by day. You get to the end of the day, that's another win. That's progress. It doesn't matter if you say, "Oh, I've been off for whatever 6 months, and I'm still experiencing X, Y, and Z." Hey, that's 6 months that someone else wishes that they had. That's 6 months of sober time that another person wishes that they had. And I know you're probably thinking, "Oh, I wish I was 2 years already down the road." Well, there's probably people who have 2 years in front of them that they need to taper still. I mean, you gotta count your blessings. When it comes to this, you gotta count your blessings. You can't look at the negative. There's too much negative in benzo withdrawal. And my suggestion is count your blessings, pray every day, and try not to focus too much on it. Even though you don't see it, you got other things going on during the day. You don't have to focus on this every second of every day. I see people on YouTube, and I've been guilty of this sometimes too. I'm also speaking to myself, not just you. People spend all day on benzo buddies. They spend all day on YouTube, on Reddit, on whatever, Facebook groups or whatever, and you basically sink yourself. You could be having like a okay-ish, bad day-ish with your symptoms, and you dive right back into that every day searching videos, and then you sink yourself more, and then you start psyching yourself into thinking, "I'm never gonna get better." You start having crazy thoughts. Sometimes it's best just do something else. As hard as it is, I know it's hard. It's very easy to say, even for myself. It's hard to say, "Oh, just think about something else." Meanwhile, your heart's pounding, or your neck is aching, or your face is hot, or you're sweating, or you're shaking. You got internal shake. I got shakes too. I got shakes. I got everything I just said. All that. But I mean, what can I do about it? Not much. Just wait. The only thing I can do is wait. Now I got loved ones. They're counting on me to be all right. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta be all right. And you do too. That's the importance of reaching out to your family. You know, the ones you love, the ones that love you. Text them, call them, tell, hey man, I'm having a bad day. You know, just what's going on, man. I'll text my mom. I'll text my wife. If I don't text them, they're texting me. Call them, go see them, go hang out with them, even if it's for an hour. You know, go see your friends, your parents, whatever. Go see them for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Go to the park, even though you don't want to. I got plans to go to the park later on today. I don't know if I'm gonna go. But that's the plan. I don't want to. I'd rather just go home and just lay down or something. But you know, it's good to get out and get some fresh air and walk a little bit and just kind of distract myself. You got to do things like that. Like I said, I'm 8 months into this, or whatever, 8 to 9 months already. Whenever I first started this, I didn't think I'd get this far, honestly. But here I am, and in my mind, I don't think I'm gonna get any further. But I know I am. One way or another, I'm gonna get there. We don't have all the answers, you know. We don't know, so we just go with the flow. And I hope you guys take something from this video. I hope you realize you're not the only one going through this. You know, there's so many people going through this. It's kind of like a hidden thing. I'm right here with you guys, so drop a comment or whatever. I usually respond to comments whenever I can. See you guys next update. Be safe.